With the declination of Dreamcast, Sega stated that it was no more going to be a first-party company, but will be a third-party company providing games for its rival companies like Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox.
で、セガといたしましてはソフトメーカーという形に今後展開していきますが、ドリームキャストのソフトとですね、他社フォーマット向けのソフトを合わせてですね、来期につきましては、これは前提条件といたしまして、マイクロソフト、Xbox、任天堂ゲームキューブが予定通り発売された場合、両方合わせてですね、今期約900万本売っておりますが、セガはそれの 50% アップ程度が実現できるタイトル編成を今具体的に行っております。
And the remaining Dreamcast units were sold around for $99 or reduced by $99. So what happened then? Sega re-released their 3D titles like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle in 2002 and Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut released in June 2003 for GameCube with some new features and couple of improvements. People loved those games and even to this day too. And in the December of 2003, Sonic Heroes released on PS2, Xbox, GameCube and PC. It had kind of mixed opinions, but me as a kid though, I loved this game. But things didn't went on that smoothly. Until the year 2005.
No way! I can't believe this! He's not gonna get away with this!
It's Shadow the Hedgehog, and the fandom uses a term called era. People classify it into Dark Era, Meta Era, Classic Era, Dreamcast Era, and whatnot. The mainline Sonic games had a kind of dark, gloomy, and rocky history in the early 2000s. And what about the handheld scenario? Game Boy Advance, or in short known as GBA, is a home to so many good titles, and among them of course there is the Sonic Advance lineup, where the franchise went back to its 2D roots and furthermore expanded the characters in terms of gameplay and visuals. And of course the lineup was developed by Sonic Team and DIMS, and there is a Sonic Battle game and not developed by DIMS. And in GBA space, Sonic definitely had a bright career. And at E3 2004, Reggie revealed one of the most infamous handheld systems, which is Nintendo DS.
You've known these initials to represent the most obvious feature, dual screens. But that's not what the initials stand for to us. DS, Developer's System.
Also, a DS Sonic game was revealed, where you swipe on the DS touchscreen side to side as fast as you can, by which Sonic goes high speeds. And visuals wise, that game looked beautiful, but eventually of course it was cancelled. Then DIMS and Sonic Team co-developed a handheld game where they tried to include both modern and classic Sonic elements like Best of Both the Worlds, which in future acts as a foundation for the mainline Sonic games. Of course, it is none other than
Sonic Rush!
Released in 2005 and a great debut game for the newcomer, Blaze the Cat. Hello everyone, this is the Bizarro. Recently I completed my playthrough of Sonic Rush on my YouTube channel. If you haven't checked out those videos yet, go ahead and check out. Now coming back to the video, I've played the game in a weird way. I mean, I fitted the entire action into one screen because when I played this game for like 4 or 5 years back, I had this weird sensation. I mean, I kind of felt a bit dizzy and uncomfortable with the dual screen gameplay mechanic. But when I played this game recently, I finally took my time, played the game the way it's actually intended to be, so that I could provide you my full-on opinion on this game. Now that being said, I played the game, I took my time, the final way it's intended to be. Now let me tell you, this game is freaking awesome. It has some surprising elements and some exciting moments too, but that doesn't mean that it's a flawless game. It has its own shortcomings. Now before you type anything in the comments down below stating that, fool, how do you even know? Sonic's never been this cool, Sonic's never been this edgy, Sonic's never been this stylistic. Well, all I could say is, please make sure to watch the full video so that you and I could be on the same page. We're also going to take a look at other DS titles like Sonic Rush Adventure and Sonic Colors DS. Now, without any further delay, let's just jump in. When you start up the game, you get to see 2 emotionless objects standing before a white wall. Like, well, I don't know what the game is trying to convey here, but soundtrack though it's pretty good. But the entire game opening sequence kind of felt like it's very roughly put together. Look at the previous Dim Sonic games like Advanced Lineup. They start up the games in a very beautiful way, so much so you get to see Iwakawa's artwork, and it's freaking epic. My favorite opening is definitely Sonic Advance 1. It shows up what the actual plot of the game is, and the artwork too is really nice. And after that you get to see playable characters, and you'd say, well, Sonic Rush 2 shows off the playable characters. Well, yes, it showed off the 2 playable characters, the 2 freaking expressionless and emotionless characters. Just take a look at both the games and which one is effective. Yeah, it definitely is Sonic Advance 1. And talking about these objects, these models look nice, but they're not able to convey any kind of emotion. But thankfully its successor Sonic Rush Adventure did improve when it comes to visual presentation, and we got some kick-ass game opening and cutscenes. But it created some messy things too. It's a topic for another time. After the opening screen, you will see these beautiful looking menu screens, and you'll be seeing 3 things: gameplay, battle play, and options. By clicking on the gameplay, you'll be instantly placed in Leaf Storm Zone Act 1 as Sonic. No cutscene, no BS, straight up action. That's really good. And upon beating 2 acts, you'll be greeted by a boss fight. And upon completing the boss fight, you'll see a cutscene where Sonic looks into the sky like a doofus. And this cutscene definitely influenced 06. I mean Sonic 06 to be precise though. And of course, this same cutscene you're going to watch for another 5 or 6 times. God, and that really sucks. And upon completing a zone as Sonic, you'll unlock Blaze's side of the story. She's kind of a rival to the Sonic in this game, so you'll be getting 2 sides of the story. One is Sonic's story, and the other is Blaze's story. After defeating Leaf Storm Zone, you'll see Blaze the Cat, who is a princess from another dimension, also guardian of Soul Emeralds, similar to that of the Chaos Emeralds. In some way, she ends up in Sonic's dimension, and Eggman got hold of Soul Emeralds, and it's up to Blaze to find the rest of the Soul Emeralds. And during her adventure, she meets Scream the Rabbit. She tries to help Blaze in order to collect rest of the Soul Emeralds, and she meets rest of the Sonic cast like Vanilla, Knuckles, Amy, eventually Sonic and Tails too. Blaze develops a special bond with Cream the Rabbit, and Cream makes her realize about the
Friendship, trusting others, and teamwork.
It kind of feels a bit cringy, and even at some places I cringed a bit. Oh my god, this gives me Sonic Heroes vibes, darn it! Sonic, on the other hand, tries to find answers about Blaze the Cat, and with the help of Tails, they get to know that there is a tear in space-time continuum, which causes the entire world to be destroyed. Of course, Blaze's world too. And right after that, Sonic and Tails gear up to find out Blaze, and by meeting with Vanilla, they get to know that Cream is with Blaze. While finding Blaze, they'll get to know about Eggman Mega and Eggman from Blaze's dimension. Sonic meets up with Blaze and asks her about the tear in space-time continuum, and Blaze is very reluctant about this stuff and tells Sonic and Tails to stay away from this stuff. And meanwhile, Blaze slowly starts to understand about trusting others and friendship. Oh boy, the cheesiness and cringy moments. But soon, Blaze and Sonic go head on head, and if you watched my videos, you will know that my hand pains a lot after pressing those AB buttons. My hand! It's paining! Freaking paining! My hand pains a lot. But nonetheless, it's a very cool moment in the game. And if you're playing as Sonic, you'll throw her away and you'd have a friendly conversation. But if you're playing as Blaze, you'll throw Sonic away, you'll defeat Eggman, and you would have a friendly conversation with Sonic. After that, Sonic goes to defeat Eggman Nega, and Eggman captures Cream and tells Blaze to come to point W. Finally, Sonic and Blaze defeat both Eggmans, and that's it. You get to see beautiful Yokogawa's artwork, and during credits, you get to see the advanced sprites for one last time. And that's literally freaking beautiful. And by completing Sonic's story, you'll unlock Time Attack mode and sound test, where you can listen entire game sounds from Sonic voice lines to stage and level soundtracks. That's really freaking rewarding though. By completing both the stories, aka by collecting all the 7 Soul and Chaos Emeralds, you'll unlock a final extra zone. Both Sonic and Blaze go super. Okay. Sonic goes Super Sonic and Blaze goes Burning Blaze, and they defeat both Eggmans and save the day. And after that, Sonic and Blaze both get separated, and finally Blaze understands friendship and trusting others, teamwork, and finally credits roll, and you get to see the final Yokogawa's artwork. And that's the literal story of Sonic Ridge. The story is definitely not great, of course. It's a game made for handhelds, what more could we even expect? But the story that I've enjoyed a bit is of course Blaze's side of the story, because there is some kind of a progression happening when it comes to the Blaze's side of the story. Also, after defeating the boss, you can see a beautiful cutscene, and she's not a doofus like Sonic. She instantly charges and beats the hell out of Eggman for 7 times. But Sonic's campaign though, it felt a bit dumb. It's always like follow Blaze and Sonic goes through each and every place that Blaze has gone through. Well, it's kinda boring in terms of story wise. And the story in this game is conveyed through the text boxes. And the other thing is the dialogue in Sonic's campaign is not overloaded. But the dialogue in Blaze's campaign though, it's literally overloaded. And I did not like this sudden increase of dialogue. It sucks. And it feels like a chore to sit down and understand the story. They should have treated both the characters in the same way. I said I enjoyed Blaze's campaign, I definitely did, but it sucks to read so much of stuff. Overall, the story had this Sonic Heroes vibe to it. If you'd ask me, is it kind of cheesy or cringy? I'd say yes. Well, that being said, it's time to look at the gameplay. So Sonic in this game can move left, right, jump, spin dash, can partially do a homing attack by pressing R button in midair, can look up and down. Also, the main mechanic is boost. This game literally inspired mainline Sonic games, and even to this day, the boost has been the most famous Sonic playstyle, and it stayed even more longer than the adventure formula. And I have entered into Sonic games when the boost formula was and is still around, but I've played mostly the adventure playstyle. In this game, with the instant press of a button, Sonic can reach high speeds. We've already seen the blue blur going at top speeds in Advance 2 and 3 actually, but in those games, he goes top speeds gradually, just like adventure titles. But Sonic Rush is kind of a unique game. It took elements from 2D Sonic and gave it a unique spin. Now you can blast through each and every zone at top speeds with the press of a button, and you can fill your boost gauge or tension gauge by doing tricks and defeating enemies. And you can do tricks by touching springs or jump panels and on rails too. Also, Sonic has Tails as a sidekick who kind of assists Sonic during boss battles, also in the hub worlds too. Blaze also had similar skills like Sonic. She can move left and right, can look up and down, also she can do boost. But her boost is a bit slower when compared to Sonic's, and she can do spin dash, and in midair if you press R button, she can hover in air, which lets player to rectify their mistakes. She is great to play, especially for the beginners. Just like Sonic's sidekick, Blaze has Cream as her sidekick. And there are 2 special tricks. By pressing right or left and R button, Sonic does humming top, by which he instantly moves forward in that particular direction. And by pressing up and R button, Sonic does hop jump. I'm not naming these special tricks, they were literally called like that in Rush Adventure. Similarly, Blaze could do the same stuff, but there's a small difference between them. She could go much more higher and farther in air. These tricks are really fun to do, especially when you do a special trick. It feels really satisfying, but after some time, it kinda feels like a noisy mechanic though. Now, the actual stuff that this game has to offer. The music. Oh my god, I adore this game's music. The series got one of the, or if not the best, top-notch upbeat music. Each and every track is like a beautiful gem because the music composer for this game is Hideki Nakanuma. He's famous for games like Jet Set or Jet Grind Radio, also for Jet Set Radio Future, and he's majorly known for using vocal samples in his musical numbers. And sometimes it's really difficult to spot some vocal samples that he uses, and the vocal samples that he used in Sonic vs. soundtrack, sometimes it doesn't make any sense. I don't understand them at all. But man, it's still interesting to listen even to this day. I listen to this soundtrack while cooking, and man, it makes cooking even more interesting. My favorite soundtrack is definitely JJ Rocket, which is a soundtrack used for Huge Crisis Zone, and the voice sample used in the soundtrack was taken from National Group of Kenya's Jinjala and whatever it may be. I'm gonna put up the name on the screen. And of course, while writing script for this video, I'm listening to this music. Late stages got remixes of initial Sonic stages soundtracks, with some more additional music touch-up of course, and that sounds so nice. That doesn't mean that the original soundtracks are bad, and there are still a couple of other soundtracks like Right There Right On, Back to Back,
Back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back to back, and spinning on it back, on the turntables back, on it spinning on it back to back, and spinning on it back to back, on the turntables back, spinning on it and spinning on the turntables back.
Ethno Circus, What You Need,
Stop, proceed, cause this is what you need. Stop, proceed, cause this is what you need. Stop, proceed, cause this is what you need. Proceed, cause this is what you need. Cause this is what, this is what, this is, this is what, this is what, this is, this is what, this is what, this is, this is what you need, what you need.
And if you'd ask me though, there is another soundtrack, which is wrapped in black, and listen to it wearing earphones or headphones. It feels so good. You won't trust me? Then listen to it.
Blame, too strong. Blame, too strong. Blame, too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Blame, too strong. Blame, too strong. Blame, too strong. Too strong. Too strong.
And these are my absolute go-to Sonic music. Also, both original soundtracks and remixes are pretty good. While listening to these soundtracks, I instantly want to run around like a dog in hallways. Man, the music is too crisp, and it's too bad that you cannot listen to these soundtracks on Spotify. And I use it a lot to listen Sonic music. Most of them are present, except the dim Sonic games of course. When it comes to the zones and levels, there are a total of 7 zones. Leaf Storm Zone, Water Palace Zone, Mirage Road Zone, Night Carnival Zone, Huge Crisis Zone, Altitude Limit Zone, Deadline Zone, with each of them having 2 acts and 1 boss fight at the end. Also, we have Final or F Zone at the end of the Sonic and Blaze's campaigns. But anyways, you have to collect the Chaos or Soul Emerald in each zone. Also, the stages in Sonic Rush are really beautiful, ranging from luscious green forest to a huge military base. Also, special stages too look very beautiful. Sonic, Blaze, bosses and some objects in this game have 3D models, and rest of the game features sprite work, and the game still looks beautiful. But they should have used the advanced sprites for this title. Even Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, released few months prior to the Sonic Rush, it featured sprite works for the characters and some 3D models for the enemies. That looked very nice. What I'm trying to say here is advanced sprites are really expressive and impressive when compared to these models. You could argue that, well, they did this so that they could show and earn the true potential of the DS. But at what cost? How much good did these models look? But you will say that they're expressive. Look at the advanced sprites. Look at their facial expressions. It's very detailed. Well, look at the facial expressions of these models. they don't have any expressions. These models convey their emotions by their body movements. Other than that, there is nothing special about these models. But advanced sprites convey their emotions through their body movements, also through their facial expressions. Whatever it may be, visuals look very nice even to this day, especially if you play this game on an emulator. It looks crisp, neat and clean. So after the completion of the stage, you'll get to see the result screen where Sonic does these cool moves. And even in my first playthrough video too, I was like a little baby when Sonic does these cool moves, and the boss battles result screen has much more cooler animations. So if you're playing as Sonic, then you have to find these special generators, and they will appear twice or thrice in a single level. But do not fear, they were placed cleverly, so it's not going to be much of a problem finding them. All you need to have is some energy in the tension gauge, and you can easily fill up your tension gauge too. After finding a special generator, all you gotta do is hold on to the special generator and press the boost button, and you will be instantly transported to a half-pipe stage where you need to collect certain amount of rings to attain a Chaos Emerald, similar to that of Sonic 2 special stages. And these are some of the most fun special stages that I've ever played. Also, 1, 2, 3 special stages are easy, 4, 5, 6 are challenging, and 7th one is horrendous. What the heck is wrong with the 7th one? It's literally bullcrap and messed up. Well, you can actually get the Chaos Emerald I've showcased in the gameplay video. Well, it's not like an instant success method though, but definitely requires some patience and practice. With enough practice, you could easily get the 7th Chaos Emerald. Blaze collects the soul emeralds by defeating bosses in each and every zone, and that's why Blaze's gameplay feels a bit stress-free and fun. Also, when it comes to the boss battles in this game, it's a really tiresome experience. It drains your life and soul because you have to wait in order to attack. That's one bullcrap boss battle mechanic, and the most of the action takes place in one screen during boss battles, and the secondary screen shows the health of the boss, and Sonic is not at all made up for this mess. And the other reason to dislike the boss battles is that mostly you'll be blasting through the stages and you're not clearly made up for this mess, and your boost gauge too is dropped in boss battles. Look at Castlevania or Mega Man. From the get-go, they're made to analyze enemies' attack patterns, and when they confront the boss, it doesn't feel odd. Instead, it makes player to learn more about the enemy pattern. And you'd say that you can turn down the difficulty heading over to the options, but it doesn't do anything. Neither the level design changes nor the boss battles too. Instead, they just reduce boss health by 2 points. That's it! My worst nightmares are Huge Crisis, Altitude Limit and Final Zone boss fights. Especially Final Zone boss. So much of bullcrap stuff happens. Lasers, ground pounds and some more lasers. It's a mess. During my playthrough, it took 1 hour. I know you won't believe me, but that's the fact. Also, how can I even forget the very final boss? It's a literal pain in the butthole, of course, and it's one hell of a damn sheeshy boss fight. But the boss fight that I personally enjoyed the most is Night Carnival Zone. Also, within the certain stages, especially from Mirage Road Zone onwards, you have to clear the room to progress forward, and it becomes more and more and more and more and more as you progress forward. What a holy mechanic. It's somewhat fun in Sonic Heroes because you can control multiple characters at the same time, so you can use whichever or whatever character you want, and you can use special attack after filling up that gauge. But in this game, it sucks, because all you have to do is either boost or spin dash. That's what makes it repetitive and boring. Here's a quick tip. During boss fights, you will not have boost, right? Do a quick spin dash and take a small hop, and then look at Sonic, he just instantly gains speed. And this is not just for Sonic, it's also applicable for Blaze, and it worked mostly in boss battles in my experience. And this game becomes more and more notorious with its level design as the game progresses. This game is very well known for its bottomless pits. Also, the company Tim's is very well known for this stuff when it comes to Sonic games. It is also famous for its clunky enemy placements, and when you reach altitude limit or 6th zone to be precise in Sonic's campaign, it freaking kills your excitement. Like the beginning of the level itself had a bottomless pit. And not just that, every part of this zone is like a death hazard, especially these saucer sections, and you want to freaking throw the game away. And during my playthrough video, I struggled a lot with this zone because 1. I'm not playing the game the way it's intended to be. 2. It's summer and it's too hot. 3. I did not turn on fan or air conditioner in order to record my voice properly, with less noise of course. 4. Adding up to that, I'm sweating a lot. And it sucks a lot to keep up with this stage, and of course there is an auto-scroller type of section in one of these zones. But keep that in mind, this game really tests your patience and endurance, so much so that it's difficult to get S rank in these levels. If you try to play the game in a normal way, I mean without using the boost, this game definitely sucks because you have spin dash and a partial homing attack, and those are the only things which actually enables you to build up your speed and momentum. Also, you can see some weird stuff happening too. Now the spin dash in this game is really bad. It doesn't even have that much weight when compared to the classics or advanced games. When you're on slopes, you could somewhat build up your momentum of course, but at certain parts when you roll into a ball, you cannot build up your momentum. And Blaze's spin dash, it was so bad that she couldn't even complete one loop-to-loop section. Overall, the boost tried to get rid of the spin dash, the one and only one powerful skill in Sonic games. And Sonic's homing attack in this game is kind of a total bullshit. In midair, if you press R button, Sonic will do a forward dash, and if there are enemies nearby, he defeats them. Same goes for the power-up or item boxes too. And that is what my actual problem with this homing attack. So consider like this, there are spikes placed at one position, and right after them there is this ring item box, and if you want to quickly escape from these spikes, you will press R button in midair for a quick air dash. But instead going forward, Sonic just locks onto the nearest enemies or power-ups, which in turn causes damages. So try not to use homing attack. And that is one moment happened to me while playing for the video purpose. This is a piece of sheesh mechanic is also present in the Sonic Rush adventure. In order to fix this stuff, Dimps took 2 games and 5 years. Wow! Amusing, right? Well, what did they do? In Sonic Colors DS, they simply mapped homing attack to the jump button and gave a lock on reticle. Nice! Not only that, I will say that this game's a prototype version of Sonic 4, and I've said it because there is a video that shows the monstrosity nature of this game's physics. Also, I faced the problem too. While staying on a curvature, holding on the D-pad in a particular direction based on the curvature, Sonic can steadily stand on a perfect curvature. It's not just that, there are some other worse physics moments, which were showcased on a YouTube channel called Lost Tetris GM. But this game is definitely not as broken as Sonic 4, that's for sure. In the end, all I wanna say is that this game had flaws. It is imperfect. In fact, every game is imperfect. It definitely had some pain in the butthole kind of mechanics. It doesn't mean that there is no fun element in it. See, the 2D Sonic games have never been this faster and this dynamic, and especially the visuals look very good. Also, the soundtrack is really awesome. The series never got this upbeat music in my opinion, and you could easily go at max speeds if you know the level design very well. Also, it is really stylistic in terms of gameplay, music and whatnot. I think this game is really challenging. It is not Cuphead level of difficulty. It really is possible. All it takes is a bit of patience and understanding. If you're really into completing the game, I mean forcefully trying to completing the game, makes it really painful. But rather than complaining it, just try to enjoy the game, have fun with the game. Then you will definitely enjoy the game despite its flaws. I guarantee you that. If you'd ask me is it worth playing and am I going to miss something, then I'd say if you don't care about the story and want a good gameplay, then this game is for you. And yes, you're missing some amazing action that this game has to offer. And in the 2D space, Sonic's never been this faster. And you may argue that the boost tried to replace the spin dash, and I felt the same way too, but I definitely had fun time with this game. All I want to say is, have fun with the pain. Hey guys, just want to ask something. So which game shall we play next? And I've already set up a poll in Twitter, which includes Sonic Colors DS, Sonic Adventure DX, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, also Sonic Heroes. So now, which game shall we play next? Please go ahead and participate in that poll so that I could know what makes you happy. And if you don't participate, then we will be going with Sonic Colors DS because it's 30th anniversary. Also, Sonic Colors Ultimate is about to arrive. I guess it makes total sense. But I hope we will not end up like that, and I respect your opinions, and so please go ahead and participate in the poll, and link for that poll will be available in description, also in the comment section, which will be pinned so that we all could enjoy. And thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like this video, if this video in some way or another gave you an information, you could please support me by clicking on that like button, and by subscribing to this channel, I will produce much more high quality content like this. So peace out, stay safe and stay healthy.